Hello patrons, welcome to your Saturday video, and please don't click away when you see that I am playing Euro Truck Simulator 2 for you this week. I will explain, I promise. Well, kind of. You might not find the explanation acceptable, but still, we're going to jump straight into me playing this first and then I'll have a little chat. There's not going to be much talking about what I'm actually doing. I'm more so just playing it as a nice way to relax, to be honest. And I thought this could be kind of like an extra little VChat type thing. No, not VChat. Vlog. Let's Chat is what I was thinking of. Where I'll just talk about some random stuff with you, and hopefully you'll find that acceptable. Give Dark Souls 2 a bit of a break. This is me. None of the player profile pictures in the game looked like me, so I picked what I assume is chubby Saddam Hussein because I found that quite funny. And we'll just get straight into doing a drive while I chat away a little bit. I believe I'm currently in Edinburgh because that's where I set up my business, so I want a reasonably short trip that leaves from Edinburgh. There was a fairly long trip back there, but I want shorter than that ideally. Glasgow to Aberdeen. That's not too bad. Let's go all the way over here to the shorter trip ones. You earn far less money. Hang on a minute. That's going to Amsterdam and you earn that little? Really? That's a huge trip. Oh, but most of it is by ferry. Alright, yeah, we'll do this. Why not? If you take a job, you don't use your own truck, and I do have my own truck. I worked really hard for that truck too. I had to take out a loan of 100 grand. But if you do a quick job, there's no risk of you accidentally breaking your own truck, and I'm worried that if I'm concentrating on what I'm saying to you people, accidents might happen. It's also probably worth mentioning that I don't know how to drive. And this game has confirmed to me that I should never ever try because I will get people killed. I also appear to have some kind of inner white van man where I get very, very angry at other drivers. Why am I going so slowly? Is this a really heavy load or something? I'll check in a second. So yeah, why did I buy and why am I playing this? Well, I bought it because it was on weekly Steam offer for $2.99, and that seemed more of an acceptable price for a game that I've heard from other YouTubers and other sources is actually very enjoyable to play in an entirely unironic sense. Well, what do I mean by that? Well, I mean they're not playing it to say, haha, look, I'm playing a truck game. Isn't that stupid? They're playing it and actually finding genuine enjoyment out of it. Now hang on, I'm in Edinburgh, so I'm driving on the left, yes. That's the other thing, because the game has Europe in it, you have to pay very close attention to whether you're driving on the left side. Why am I going so damn slow? Drive faster. Yeah, you have to pay very close attention to which country you're in, because otherwise you might do what I do and end up in France and wonder why all the cars are coming towards you all of a sudden. Once again, I don't know how to drive. So yeah, I picked it up because it was cheap and because I'd heard from people that you can actually get some genuine, unironic enjoyment out of it. And I have found this a massively fun thing to just play to relax. I was originally, if I was wanting to unwind, I was playing through Cuban Star on Arbitrary Love, a game that I covered for my Let's Look At series. But because it has a very collectible focused mechanic, I was actually finding myself getting a bit obsessed with it because of OCD. So that, oh, it's because I'm in the wrong gear, that's why. So that stopped being an enjoying, relaxing thing for me to do. So then I decided to give this a try, and I've only had it for a few days now, and I've already put 5.5 hours into it. So I've been playing it in the evenings just to relax, and you might think, well, why are you... What? Who? What? Why? Well, because I'm playing a lot of high-octane games, and excuse me if I'm sniffing, I've got hay fever. Hay fever is acting up right now, so my nose is running. It's not a cold, thankfully. Yeah, so... What was I saying? Oh yes, why play this for relaxation? Well, you're basically just driving around the English or European countryside, and it's very, very authentic. I drove from Edinburgh to Glasgow and thinking to myself the entire way, yeah, this looks exactly like the countryside around me. Oh, I should pay attention. Oh, I'm in the wrong lane. And there's nothing to my left, so it's fine. Yes, good. Right. I certainly hope that nothing out of the ordinary happens and it brings out my inner white van man driver. You don't know what that means, by the way, if you're American, for example. I don't know if this stereotype is British or not. But there's this stereotype in Britain where white van drivers, not trucks, but just actual vans, are incredibly bad drivers. They're incredibly aggressive, they get incredibly angry, they swear at people for no reason, they cause accidents, etc, etc. So that's what I mean by that. I don't know if that's a British only thing. I'd be curious to know if it is or not. But yeah, so I've been feeling very stressed out lately, and I think I remember saying in a recent Let's Chat that a lot of the stress I find in what I do is caused by myself rather than the job I'm doing. So please do keep that in mind. I'm not saying that making videos for YouTube is an incredibly stressful job. But yeah, so I wanted something to unwind with because I've been feeling... It's also tax time because the new tax year started on the 5th of April, so I've got a month to do my taxes. And the papers to do my taxes haven't arrived yet, so that's something I'm going to have to deal with, and that is stressing me out to no end. So that is why I've taken to driving on the road. Although, as I was saying, it has confirmed to me that I should never ever learn to drive for real, because I always knew, that's why I never bothered. I knew that it's not that I have a short attention span, it's that I get lost in thought. And I know that might sound like it's the same thing, but it's not. It's not like I'll see a squirrel and get distracted by the squirrel and then, oh, where am I going? It's more like I'll get obsessed with looking at, say, the dials on the dashboard or something like that, or I'll start thinking about my day or what work I've got to do, and that will distract me to the point I'll just start veering off the road like that. So that's why I never learned to drive when I was younger, and why I don't really ever intend to. I don't think I'd be very good at it. I think it would be rather dangerous. Why did they gave me a truck with a half full can of fuel? I guess we'll fill up then. I know this type of game isn't aimed at people. Well, actually, maybe it is aimed at people wanting to relax, because if you look at the Steam Store tags, people have put relaxing in them. Although I think it was originally aimed at truck enthusiasts, and they are a thing that exists. Like, for example, I had a friend when I was younger who was so obsessed with cars and just wanting to learn to drive that he used to have like a kiddie's pretend steering wheel and gear set up. Like, it was meant for toddlers, but he was much older than that, but he still used it in the back of his car because he loved pretending that he was driving. He was that obsessed with learning to drive. And it wasn't even just, he didn't have that guy thing where you're into cars, it was just the act of driving. I know it's very weird, I found it very weird when I saw it, believe me, but I bet he aced his driving test on his first try, that's for damn sure. Where are we going up ahead? We're going straight on, so I'm probably in the wrong lane, right? This also confirms that I don't know as much about driving as I thought I did, having observed, like, for my family driving me around the places all my life. There's some, I always thought you gave way to people on your right at roundabouts, for example. Is that a UK thing? Because in Europe it doesn't seem to work that way, unless Europeans are just bad drivers, am I right? But still, I know there's not much to the gameplay in this, but I thought I would just chat away a bit about how things have been going recently. I'm still enjoying doing a lot of Dark Souls 2. I'm trying not to record a lot of it right now because I am 7 parts ahead of the part that's currently uploaded. And that's uploaded, not published. So I'm getting way too far ahead for when people give me advice or things that I missed, and then it's going to look like I've ignored them, and I don't want that. Oh, this is telling me I can't stay in this lane. Fine. My right is clear, so I shall just pull out. There we go. And I just realised it says, oh, I've got 19 hours to do this. But then I remembered it's because it's a ferry trip, and the ferry trip will literally take hours. Yeah, it'd be great if I could go 60, but this truck that they've given me is a pile of crap. I can't seem to do 50, let alone 60. I want to see if I can stop by a bus as it passes me, because the way they've made the passengers in the bus look is quite frankly horrifying. It is very, very scary. I'm not entirely sure if it's on purpose or not, but it could be, who knows. So yeah, the Dark Souls 2 stuff, I'm antsy to play it, but I'm trying not to because I want to upload a few more videos first. Other than that as well, later today I've got a lot of recording planned. I want to try and get some more J-Stars out of the way. I want to do some more Monster Hunter. I won't necessarily get all this done, by the way. This is just the plan. I want to do Hearthstone, but Hearthstone has been pissing me off because it turns out people in Europe can't add people in America. And that's the problem, because I'm getting tons of people saying I'd love to be in the series, here, add me on friends list, and I'll say okay, and that doesn't work, and then I'll say, well, you try and add me, doesn't work. And I don't know whether it's a bug or a feature, but I can't add anyone outside of Europe, which is bloody annoying, and it may also kill the series, because otherwise I'm just going to have the same few British people who want to play on. And the whole idea of the Friday Night Hearthstone series was a chance for me to meet other people from all over the world, and, you know, let them plug their channels and whatnot, and I actually know more Americans than I do British people. It just works out that way. A vast majority of my audience is American as well, that's why obviously they'll see the videos and they'll approach me, and now I feel like an ass saying, yeah, let me know if you want to be in the series and I'll get you on, and then all these American people have contacted me to say, yeah, I'd love to be on, and then we found out, well, nope, sorry, it turns out I can't. I'm hoping it's a bug. If it's a feature, then it may kill the series, and if it kills the series, then I'm going to have to think of something else to do that's special for every Friday night, because that's why I put the Hearthstone on Friday, because I wanted it to be something a bit unique compared to the usual daily upload of whatever series I'm running. And ideally I also want it to be something that I can invite someone on to, because that was the whole other point of doing Hearthstone. Well, one, that Blizzard is totally fine with you making videos of it for a start, and two, it was free to play, so I could invite basically anybody on if they wanted on. And it was nice to use as a reward tier for our Patreon as well. For you guys, a certain reward tier is that you are guaranteed a space in the series. You get put at the front of the pile, etc. Well, it turns out not if you're American, so that's kind of making me look like an ass again, and hence all the stress I've been suffering from this week, although, once again, it's self-imposed levels of stress. I mean, everything has a little bit of stress connected to it, but I amplify any stress I'm feeling to massive degrees because I get bogged down in thinking about it because of my OCD. And it's a vicious cycle. So that is why I'm finding, even though I'm talking about how stressed I am still finding it just relaxing, keeping within the lines here, driving around the Scottish countryside. And I found it very funny when people saw on like my Steam feed that I'd bought this in the sale. It was just CR and Panda and people saying like, what the hell are you doing? Yeah, I'm playing a Euro Truck Simulator. Now this game isn't guiltless though. It's worth pointing out that although I genuinely think this was made without an ounce of irony, like they made it for genuine truck enthusiasts. Is this the hill at Scarborough or something? Because I remember like on the road to Scarborough, if you're coming down from the north of Scotland, there's this bit where there's a huge hill and it's just a winding road up a hill, and this reminds me of it because you go up at such a snail's pace that you worry you're going to start going backwards. I'll get back to my other story now. Also, this might be a bit of a longer video actually. I didn't realise that we had quite so far to go to the dock. I might try and get the whole trip in, because I mean you want to see the gripping conclusion, right? But as I was saying, I don't think this game was made with an ounce of irony. I don't think it was made to make fun of simulator games. It's wildly successful from an awards standpoint as well because it's so bloody authentic at what it's trying to do. However, I think as a result of the success of this, it's what accidentally spawned the ironic simulator games that are bad on purpose and don't really care about putting genuine content in, like the airport simulator or the farm simulator. Although actually I've heard that the farm simulator might not be as terrible as I assume it to be. There's more. Of course, most recently we have Goat Simulator, but that is deliberately ironic and deliberately bad because that's Coffee Stain Studios, Coffee Stain Productions, I can't remember their studio name. Just poking fun at the generation of clones that have spawned as a result of games like this that I'm playing now. And keep in mind, Coffee Stain, yeah, they might be earning a quick buck out of doing Goat Simulator, but they're also very credible at making proper games. They of course make the Sanctum series, which is very good. So I don't begrudge them taking the piss out of a latest trend and actually earning a bit of money while doing so. I think fair play to them. And you know, from what I hear, it's funny for a little while. I think you get the joke very quickly, or I certainly would. And I wasn't offered a review copy of it, so that's why I haven't done any coverage of it. It's not something I would buy. Whereas a serious game like Euro Truck Simulator, that's what I'll buy. Keep in mind I bought it on offer. But I feel like I'm going to be playing this for quite a while. Just any time I want to unwind, I'm just going to be driving around in this. Also, you can customize the in-game radio Saints Row style, where you can just put in your own set of tracks and then have them playing as you drive. I haven't done that for this, obviously, because even if I don't put ads on your videos, if I put in licensed music, it would still get picked up, etc. And then they would claim it and probably put ads on them. So that's why I haven't done that. But I do have my own set of relaxing tracks. I don't like that much relaxing music, as it turns out, so that was quite difficult. But still, how far are we to go now? We must be coming up to... Oh, there's a plane taking off over there. See, this is where I might actually do the squirrel mentality and get, oh, distracted, there's a plane, and then turn and suddenly I'm driving off the road. But that's okay. You get fined a little bit of money, nobody dies, I think. I was driving around a truck full of acid. You level up in this game. There's actually a leveling system, and I got my certification for hazardous materials because I thought that was quite funny. So I was driving a vat full of acid, and I got to a bit where there was an actual accidental traffic jam. I don't think it's programmed into the game to happen on purpose. It was just a traffic jam that wasn't moving anywhere. And I sat there for a while thinking, well, maybe it will just sort itself. And unfortunately, I realised there was a block at both sides of the traffic jam, so there was no way the AI was going to try and get out of that because it's not that complex. So I had to steer a vat full of acid up the side of a hill and drive past cars. And amazingly, I did it with only clipping one car. Sometimes I get angry when cars overtake me on the road as well, and I want to deliberately catch up to them, although thankfully the car behind me knows better. And I was wiping my nose there and very nearly steered into that truck, so I'm very glad I paid a bit more attention. Where are we going at this road? Straight ahead. There are other features to the game. You can use one of those proper gaming steering pads, so I'm sure my friend from childhood would absolutely love a game like this. You can also use a few different setups. I'm using the most basic, where I'm just using the mouse, and I can use the mouse to look around rather, but I'm using the keyboard for all the steering functions, and all the gear shifting is basically done automatically because I don't understand how that stuff works. It also is worth pointing out, indicators are a thing in the game, but I don't know the button for them. I know the button for hazard lights, and I think you have to be in the left lane if you're going slow, right? So, did I mention I don't know how to drive? I think you're in the UK you're supposed to be in the left lane on the motorway if you want to go slow, and then it's the right lanes that are for overtaking. I think that's right. I think these mean I'm to slow down or something? I don't know. The truck's going very slow as well because clearly whatever I'm hauling in this freight is massively heavy. Oh, and I'm wanting to go left, so I'm wanting to be in this lane, and this is going to be a very tight corner, I think. I was kind of hoping we would actually run into it maybe like raining or getting to night, because I think in real life, say I did know how to drive, I'd probably find driving at night, especially in the rain, a quite frankly horrifying experience. But I've never been more relaxed as in this game, just watching the wind wipers go and just driving calmly in the dark with your lights on, knowing that there's no real danger because it's a computer game. It's so easy to unwind to. And if you think I'm weird as a result of that, that's okay. I don't mind. Just as long as you know I'm doing this so that I can keep on producing good quality content without getting too stressed out. Because if you get stressed out, it reflects in your work, I think, regardless of what industry you're in. I think if you're stressed, it shows. Even if you're a student and getting stressed, I bet it shows in your work there as well. Still, I know we've probably been going a little while now, and I don't know if you really want to watch me drive all the way to Amsterdam, but we'll keep going for like 3 more minutes-ish and see if I can get to the harbour, which was basically the final leg of the journey, although it looks like I've accidentally picked a really, really long one for some reason. The route on the map looked very short. But still, I suppose I can start wrapping up by saying, as always, that I am very grateful for the support that you show me via Patreon. I'm sorry if the Patreon videos are sometimes... Oh, don't speed, there's speed cameras. Right, slow down, there we go. Yeah, I'm sorry if sometimes the Patreon videos just aren't your cup of tea, or it's not something you can watch, like for example if it's Dark Souls, because you want to avoid spoilers. I can't cater to everybody, unfortunately. But, you know, even if you don't watch the Patreon videos now, thank goodness I hate roundabouts. Thank goodness I could just pull out there. I mean, even if you can't watch them now, do keep in mind they'll always be there. So you can just go back and find the links to them via the Patreon page. And watch them once you do play the game for yourself, for example. But yeah, if the Hearthstone thing is going to have to fall through as a result of Blizzard's incompetence of letting people from different regions of the world play with one another, I'm going to need to think up something else. Something else that's free to play. Oh, I need to turn all the way. Damn it. Don't pull out at me, car. I don't know what I'm doing. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Oh, crap. No, please don't. No. Go very slowly. Okay, I can't believe I didn't get a penalty there for damaging the truck. Whew. Alright, let's get back to being calm, shall we? And talking about one of my series potentially having to disappear as a result of the people running it being incompetent. But yeah, I'll have to think of some alternative if Hearthstone can't let me add anyone other than UK people. I mean, I know a bunch of UK people who can play, but it'd basically be the same 4 or 5 people every week, or every cycle. And yeah, that's fine, but it would defeat the purpose of why I started the series. I mean, there's plenty of people doing competitive Hearthstone, so I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do a kind of a light-hearted match where you can just chat away about either the match itself or just stuff in general, and also give other people a chance to plug their channels and whatnot, or projects, because I want to give back. Like my Let's Look At series is a series where I try and do my part for indie games, so I thought, well, do a part for more YouTubers as well. Did I mention that my next Let's Chat is going to be my 100th? Because it is. And I'm not sure what game I'm covering for it yet. I've got 2 that's kind of in the pool. And press enter to travel. I want to travel there. Right, so rather than see me drive out of Amsterdam, I hope I didn't accidentally press the stop recording button there when I reached for the button on my keyboard. Oops, I accidentally turned the engine off. Let's see how far it says we have to go. I don't care if this runs a bit long. I mean, clearly if you weren't interested you will have stopped watching by now. It's saying I've got 41 minutes left, so that must mean that it's very close, although I probably still will be late. I noticed that the game doesn't really give you a lot of time if you obey the speed limits. Is that some kind of deliberate thing where it wants you to, it wants to raise awareness of, not, oh crap, Amsterdam, driving the right. Oh. See what I mean? Plus there's left-hand drive cars as well, and they throw me off too, like that one right there. But we're almost there. It's probably just up here and round the corner, because that'll be Amsterdam up ahead. There's real landmarks in the game, so if nothing else, I get to explore parts of Europe I'll probably never see for real, which is another plus point. But I will once again get back to my final thoughts of saying thank you for showing your support for this month. I hope you continue to do so. You are really, honestly helping me still do what I'm doing for a living. And I'm still trying to find ways to, you know, see growth, although after covering Dark Souls 2 I have seen a lot of growth, comparatively speaking anyway. And hopefully that will continue. I'm not sure yet whether or not I'm going to carry on doing footage of the PC version of Dark Souls. Some people have expressed an interest when I did bring it up, although not a lot so far. I'm just going to pull out, if you don't mind, cars, so can you not drive near me? I'm not to be trusted. Yeah, they stopped. Good. Do I want to be in the left lane to be out of the way here, or do I want to be in the right lane? I don't know. How does Europe work? I don't even know which city I'm... Oh, hang on, yeah, I know where I'm going. I'm going to Amsterdam. So Amsterdam is the left 2 lanes. So I need to wait until there's a gap. There's a gap in the middle lane now. I'll just pull out to the middle lane. And... car, stay back. Good. Get out of my way, beep beep, I'm a motorist. I don't know what I'm going to be covering for next Saturday's video either. Oh, I need to record a Let's Chat today as well. I'm mega ahead in my uploads for some reason. It's the way it's worked out, even though I've already got 2 Dark Souls videos planned for Monday as well. I've somehow managed, I guess because some of the file sizes came out really small because of handbraking them, so yeah, I'm well ahead. Like, I'm recording this on Wednesday morning for you people. I usually record the Saturday Patron video on Friday or Thursday sometimes. Oh, you don't cut me off. I will kill you. I will go... What was the name of that crappy horror movie where the truck driver preys on the teens because they tricked him via their radio? I remember having to suffer through it when a friend watched it. Can't remember what it's called though. Either way, I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to follow you and I'm going to kill... Oh no! I didn't get a penalty for... I just smashed into him. And now he's not going to move probably. Oh, there we go. Usually you get a 500 penalty when you crash into a car, or you don't have your lights on at night, or you speed past a speed camera. Usually, I'm not entirely sure. Like, I've had penalties. Oh, I've had penalties for lesser hits than that. So, I'm just going to assume I stay in the left, even though it's right-hand driving here. And I can see Amsterdam is actually up ahead. So you know what? I will finish this freight. It's probably gone on a bit too long for a normal Patreon video, but as I say, I am so far ahead in my uploads at the moment. I can afford to do a little bit of a longer video for you, even if it's of a game that is probably mind-numbingly boring to watch. But that's kind of the point of why I'm playing it, and I just wanted to show it off really, to say, look at this, look at the game I'm playing and actually unironically enjoying, like everybody said I might. I am unironically enjoying Euro Truck Simulator 2. Now, that doesn't mean it's for everybody. Certainly not if you're not into driving. Well, I'm not into driving either, to be honest. But, because I don't know how. But, oh, I was speeding! God damn. Oh, it's only, oh, it's a 550 offence. That's higher than usual. Ah, this is a junction I don't know how to handle because there's no traffic lights, so I don't know when I'm supposed to go. But, luckily, I just happened to, yeah, okay. Well, there we go. My, what pay was it going to be? Like 6 grand is now 550 less because I was actually going too fast for once. Oh, look, traffic lights. Also, is it really a 100-mile-an-hour limit in Amsterdam? That seems unrealistically fast. I don't know. Now I'm going left, so when do I go? Do I still go by this traffic light or what? I don't understand traffic laws. Okay, when it turns green, I guess it's just good luck, everybody. Is it going to turn green? Yep. Alright, good luck, everybody. See, they're going at the same time, so how am I supposed to... Well, I guess I just... Alright, whatever. Yep, beep beep, I'm a motorist. And we are just around the corner from our final destination, 1 minute to spare. So yeah, I am going to be late, although I think it gives you like a 5 or 10 minute leeway, so even if you run out of time, if you're like literally round the corner from the place, which often happens, they still count you as being on time, thankfully. Oh, a red traffic light though, that's going to screw me over, isn't it? No, don't go, because that'll be a traffic offence. Oh, it's green, it's green. Go. Don't you dare turn in front of me. I'm a truck and I'm carrying... I don't know what I'm carrying. Let's just say it's carrots. Right. We are here. We are at the destination. I'm not going to do the parking aspect of the game, which thankfully it lets you skip, because it's quite frankly murder trying to reverse in a truck. I just can't do it. It reverses in a very weird fashion. It is not as simple as you would think. To skip parking and miss a bonus, yes, thank you. Right, that's going to conclude your video this Saturday, patrons. Thank you again for all the support. I'm sorry if you found this one boring, but you know, at least it wasn't Dark Souls for once. See you next Saturday, if you stick around. Thank you for watching. Ta-da for now.